For years rumors have swirled that powerful organizations and celebrities have all been part of a global movement to control humanity and shape the way it thinks. In most cases, this movement takes the form of the infamous Illuminati, a group allegedly dedicated to absolute control over all mankind. But who actually are the Illuminati? What do they really want? And how do you know this video itself is not just more Illuminati propaganda, meant to throw you off the scent from the truth? The name Illuminati actually comes from the Latin plural, illuminatus, or enlightened. The name is inspired by the idea of enlightening oneself through knowledge, and would evolve to signify the breaking of man's bonds of ignorance through education and reason. The 18th century German thinker Adam Weishaupt would have been stunned if he had known his ideas would one day fuel global conspiracy theories, and inspire best-selling novels and blockbuster films. Until he was 36, the vast majority of his compatriots would have been equally stunned to discover that this outwardly respectable professor was a dangerous enemy of the state, whose secret society, the Illuminati, was seen to threaten the very fabric of society. Born in 1748, Weishaupt was a descendant of Jewish converts to Christianity. Weishaupt became a professor of natural and canon law at the University of Ingolstadt. On the surface, it was a conventional enough career, until 1784 when the Bavarian state learned of his incendiary ideas. A closer look at his upbringing, however, reveals that Weishaupt always had a restless mind. Bavaria at that time was deeply conservative and Catholic. Freemasonry was steadily expanding throughout Europe in this period, offering attractive alternatives to freethinkers. He became absorbed in books dealing with such esoteric themes as the mysteries of the Seven Sages of Memphis and the Kabbalah, and decided to found a new secret society of his own. Weishaupt was not against religion itself, but rather the way in which it was practiced and imposed. His thinking, he wrote, offered freedom from all religious prejudices, cultivates the social virtues, and animates them by a great, a feasible, and speedy prospect of universal happiness. To achieve this, it was necessary to create a state of liberty and moral equality, freed from the obstacles which subordination, rank, and riches continually throw in our way. On the night of May 1, 1776, the first Illuminati met to found the order in a forest near Ingolstadt. Bathed in torchlight, there were 5 men. There they established the rules that were to govern the order. All future candidates for admission required the members' consent, a strong reputation with well-established familial and social connections, and wealth. In the beginning, the order's membership had 3 levels: novices, minervals, and illuminated minervals. Minerval referred to the Roman goddess of wisdom, Minerva, reflecting the order's aim to spread true knowledge, or illumination, about how society, and the state, might be reshaped. Over the following years, Weishaupt's secret order grew considerably in size and diversity, possibly numbering 600 members by 1782. They included important people in Bavarian public life, such as Baron Adolf von Knigge. Although, at first, the Illuminati were limited to Weishaupt students, the membership expanded to include noblemen, politicians, doctors, lawyers, and jurists, as well as intellectuals and some leading writers, including Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. By the end of 1784, the Illuminati had 2,000 to 3,000 members. Baron von Knigge played a very considerable role in the society's organization and expansion. As a former Freemason, he was in favor of adopting rites similar to theirs. Members of the Illuminati were given a symbolic, secret, name taken from classical antiquity. The membership levels also became a more complex hierarchy. There were a total of 13 degrees of initiation, divided into 3 classes. Pressures both internal and external, however, would soon put an end to the order's expansion into the upper echelons of Bavarian power. Weishaupt and Knigge increasingly fought over the aims and procedures of the order, a conflict that, in the end, forced Knigge to leave the society. At the same time, another ex-member, Joseph Utzschneider, wrote a letter to the Grand Duchess of Bavaria, supposedly lifting the lid on this most secret of societies. The revelations were a mix of truth and lies. According to Utzschneider, the Illuminati believed that suicide was legitimate, that its enemies should be poisoned, and that religion was an absurdity. He also suggested that the Illuminati were conspiring against Bavaria on behalf of Austria. Having been warned by his wife, the Duke Elector of Bavaria issued an edict in June 1784 banning the creation of any kind of society not previously authorized by law. The Illuminati initially thought that this general prohibition would not directly affect them. But just under a year later, in March 1785, the Bavarian sovereign passed a second edict, which expressly banned the order. In the course of carrying out arrests of members, Bavarian police found highly compromising documents, including a defense of suicide and atheism, a plan to create a female branch of the order, invisible ink recipes, and medical instructions for carrying out abortions. The evidence was used as the basis for accusing the order of conspiring against religion and the state. In August 1787, the Duke Elector issued a third edict in which he confirmed that the order was prohibited, and imposed the death penalty for membership. Weishaupt lost his post at the University of Ingolstadt and was banished. He lived the rest of his life in Gotha in Saxony, where he taught philosophy at the University of Göttingen. The Bavarian state considered the Illuminati dismantled. Their legacy, however, has endured and fuels many conspiracy theories. Weishaupt was accused, falsely, of helping to plot the French Revolution. The Illuminati have been fingered in recent events, such as the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Weishaupt's ideas have also influenced the realms of popular fiction, such as Dan Brown's Angels and Demons and Foucault's Pendulum by Italian novelist Umberto Eco. Although his group was disbanded, Weishaupt's lasting contribution may be the idea that secret societies linger behind